What is wrong with the Crunchyroll Anime Awards? Every single year we always ask the same question, but this year that question became louder because of the results. Originally my plan was to compare what I voted for at the Anime Awards this year with what won and say whether I agree with the results or not. But now I don't feel like doing that, mostly because a lot of these categories I don't care about, but also I think this is an important topic to talk about regarding the Anime Awards and the anime community in general. And I think a lot of people need to think about this topic from two different perspectives. One as anime fans and one as a company. Most people in the anime community can generally agree on that most anime fans do not have good opinions about anime. That's because the medium is very large and a lot of people like different things. And over the years, we've seen that a lot of people have been sticking to the same sort of genre of shows that they enjoy to watch and don't like to branch out within them. It's not a bad thing. If you find something that you like, continue to watch what you like. Don't feel discouraged from people telling you that you should not watch that because it is not good. They are not you, and you like what you like. You're not harming anyone, so why should they care? But a lot of people care because in the anime community, people stake their opinions as facts, even though they do not have the broad enough knowledge to understand that what they're sharing is not a fact, it is an opinion. And we have seen this bleed into how people vote for the Crunchyroll Anime Awards. Because a lot of the time, there's a lot of shows that people have not watched or don't have any interest in watching. For example, within Best Original Anime, Ninja Kamui won the award, despite that a lot of people in the anime community said that was one of the worst animes of the year. They thought it was bad, booty butt cheeks. But the thing is, a lot of shows within that category, a lot of people have not watched, which Agiri and not many people watched. Girls Band Cry was not legally available for most of the year. Jellyfish Can't Swim in the Night is just a niche anime, as well as Metallic Rouge and Train to the End of the World. So a lot of people would end up voting for a series they watched despite not liking it, because they view it as if it was not popular enough, it was not worth their time to watch. That's the same thought process that a lot of people at the Academy Awards does when regarding animated feature film. They're just going to vote for whatever was popular or had the biggest word of mouth spread about them, whether good or bad. That's how we end up with Disney movies winning the Academy Awards for almost 20 years straight, despite some years Disney movies not deserving to win that category, or even have a film nominated that year, or even allowing The Boss Baby to be nominated in a year that we had A Silent Voice and Your Name. But then again, this is the flaw of having a fan-voted awards. Whatever is popular, people are going to vote for regardless if it's actually good or bad. A lot of people in the anime community view that if things are popular, it automatically makes it good. That's not always the case, despite many people thinking that way. That's how we get Demon Slayer Hotshot Training Arc winning Best Continuing Series, when a lot of people thought that this season was not good until the last episode, for the last 15-ish minutes. When a lot of people didn't vote for My Hero Academia because they thought My Hero fell off, despite season 7 being actually very good. Some people didn't want to vote for One Piece because One Piece won last year and they didn't want to win again. Some people didn't vote for Oshinoko because how the manga ended, despite season 2 being very good. And some people just being haters of Bleach and Spy Family, which is weird in the year 2025, when they're both very good shows. But I think the biggest thing that a lot of people took issue with was Solo Leveling winning Anime of the Year. Because a lot of people thought that season 1 of Solo Leveling was good, but many people thought that Frieren Beyond Journey End was the better anime for 2024. But it did not win. And why is that? A lot of people just took it as the next big battle shonen type series, even though it's not a battle shonen, I get that. But that's what has won the awards the last couple of years, the big battle shonens. Another thing that people may point to is that Solo Leveling season 2 was airing as Velden was active. And a lot of people who've watched in season 2 thought it was even better than season 1, myself included. So when people see that the anime awards are happening, they probably vote for Solo Leveling because season 2 of the anime is great, despite that the awards was only supposed to consider season 1. But a lot of people are not going to think that way. They're going to vote for everything as a whole. This is why fan voting will never work and never make anyone happy. Because fans know that fans have tailored opinions, and whatever is popular will win automatically most of the time. How do we even fix this problem to begin with? Well, the problem starts with how Crunchyroll approaches the anime awards. A lot of people think that the Crunchyroll Anime Awards is strictly just for anime fans to celebrate the year of the anime, as well as award people who work in the industry because they deserve to be honored. That is all part of it, but if it was just that, why not just have an award show where only a select panel of judges were allowed to vote for it? But you have to look at it that the Crunchyroll Anime Awards Awards also serves as a form of advertisement for Crunchyroll. The reason why it's called the Crunchyroll Anime Awards and you go to Crunchyroll to vote on their sites is so they can get more people to go to Crunchyroll. This is a problem that a lot of people thought would happen at the beginning, where Crunchyroll would not allow certain anime from different streaming services. But over the years, a lot of different anime that was exclusive to different streaming services has won at the Anime Awards. Made in Abyss won when it was on Amazon Prime or Animation Strike or whatever it was at the time. Cyberpunk Edgerunners and Devilman Crybaby won when it was only on Netflix. So that was never really the issue. Crunchyroll just wants more people to their website, and hosting the Anime Awards serves as a purpose for people to go to their website. And the best way for people to go to the website is to allow fans to vote. So we're going to be in an endless circle of this, because since Crunchyroll wants to have more people visit their site, they need fans to integrate and feel involved with the Anime Awards, which will lead to obviously more biases to be seen in terms of what wins. Because there's always going to be some sort of biased reason why a show won an award or sweeps an awards. People complain about You're Nice sweeping the Anime Awards, despite at the time voting being open when the anime was still airing, and the quality of the anime dropped off a bit. And also at the time, it was 100% fan voted. So eventually Crunchyroll switched to having a judging panel represent a certain percentage of the vote, and it closed out what is eligible finish, which a lot of people complain about, because why are you going to celebrate the year of anime when you're not going to include fall anime? They eventually fixed that mistake. For this year awards, they included every single anime that aired within the whole entire calendar year of 2024. But unfortunately, one of the anime that got nominated for this year had season 2 of the anime air while voting was still going on, and it was a very good anime. So it left some bias for some people to may have leaned to vote for that, despite season 2 not being considered when it was originally nominated. At the end of the day, award shows should not really matter. It's nice to feel validated that a show that you like wins an award. That's always going to be a good feeling. But what's an even better feeling is sharing that love for a show that you like with some person else. And the anime community has always been built around recommendations. People recommend shows, and eventually people realize that these shows are fantastic. And these shows were fantastic despite not winning awards, saying that it was the best of the year. Evangelion is still great, even though it never won an anime award. Code Geass is still amazing, even though it never won an anime award. Same thing for Death Note, Cowboy Bebop, Naruto, whatever show that you like. They're still fantastic shows, even though they never won an award. And winning an award is not going to change that for them from being great. Even if you think a show that you thought deserved to win an award did not win an award, that's okay. Share that love of a show with someone else. Even though most people agree that anime fans don't have good opinions, it's still their opinions, and a lot of people still share that opinion. And it's a fun part of the anime community, because we get to argue and say that our opinions are shit. That's the best part of this community, because we all know our opinions are shit. Hey, it's me, D-Man. That was originally supposed to be the end of the video, but I found out something interesting a day after I originally recorded that. So Glass Reflections, also known as Tristan, Jeff, also known as Mother's Basement, and Miles, who used to work at Crunchyroll for years and was the head of the Anime Awards for the first 5 years, had started a podcast together, which you should listen to. It's a good podcast where they're trying to make a list of the 100 best animes of all time. They did an episode dedicated to the Anime Awards. Tristan, who is a judge at the Anime Awards, talked about how the judging process was handled. The judges just listed series that they wanted to nominate it, and that was it. The judges did not have a vote, really. In previous years, they would list shows to be nominated and then have a second round of voting to kind of give their actual vote. They didn't get second round voting. The voting they did was to list the nominations, and how nominations were determined was whatever show got the most nominations amongst the judges. So this year's Crunchyroll Anime Awards was technically 100% fan voted, which is disappointing to find out about. Hopefully they fix this next year, because what is the point of having judges when the judges don't really have a vote in terms of what they think should be winning? You should listen to their podcast, A Quest for the Best. Anyways, I have been D-Man, and I'll see you when I see you.